Hey everybody, Editing Parker here. I'm just putting together this week's episode. It's a very different episode. It's a bit of a transition between phases here. And hindsight is 2020, so I wanted to let you guys know something. The first part of this video is Katy and I reflecting upon our first year of cruising and letting you guys know what we have in store. The second half of the video is a preview of the build videos that I'm going to be making about Seawind's first 6 years under my care. And the second is going to be a preview of our time on the Pacific Coast with our friend and patron, Andrew. This is some really exciting footage. I am so excited to finally start showing you guys a little bit of a teaser of this. And so I wanted to make sure that everybody knows at the beginning of the video that the end of the video is going to be what you want to stick around for. I hope you enjoy all of it, and here it goes.
All right, let's crack the beer. Whoa, look at this.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Oh, I'm dripping too.
What do you think?
I like it. This is the Devil's Dark Side Pumpkin Stout. I just found these today.
And mine is Grandpa Apollo S'mores Stout. It's pretty good. It's not too sweet or anything, so. What now? Where are we and what are we doing in this video?
Well, first of all, I haven't filmed for a while. This is the first time looking in a camera, so that's kind of exciting. It is the middle of October, and we are in our hometown of Pennsylvania, Hermitage, Pennsylvania, and we have been working our butts off in a lot of ways, doing a lot of different things this summer and fall. And right now we are in the little apartment that we stay in while we're home. We thought it would be a really nice night to drink a beer, carve a pumpkin, make some dinner, and tell you guys what's going on.
Shake up the hair. That's what's new. New haircut.
She cut her hair off. It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
And she has bangs. Did you have bangs when we left Indian Town?
I have bangs in the upcoming videos of our trip out to the Pacific. So that's the first time the bangs will make a debut. But this is just a sneak preview of bangs with short hair. In the Pacific videos, it's bangs with long hair.
So, Katy, tell everybody what is going to happen with the videos over the next few months.
So, like I mentioned, there's going to be a series of videos about our trip out to the Pacific. If you didn't know, what episode was it that we had the little intro video? Well, we'll link it somewhere. But a handful of episodes back, we stated that we were helping our friend Andrew deliver his boat from Seattle down the Pacific coast. So we have a ton of amazing footage from the Puget Sound and the Pacific Ocean that we can't wait to share. But during that time, we're going to release an alternating schedule of some flashback videos of Seawind, how Seawind came to be, all the project and love that was poured into her. With that will be some videos about me and Parker, and you will get to know us a bit more in detail, our stories, our interests, different things like that. And then in the other videos, it will be a video about our time over on the Pacific coast. So it's going to be a lot of really interesting content, kind of filling this time before we get back to Seawind and begin our journey again south. So I just told them a little bit about what's going to happen with the YouTube channel next. And so tell them a little bit about what's next for Seawind, like what's happening in a few weeks when we head back down to Florida, and what's the plan for the general future.
Yeah, so actually this is kind of it's weird and awesome. The last couple of weeks I have spent countless hours making the last couple of videos, which have now finished us getting the boat ready to sit for 6 months. And so in a mere couple weeks, Katy and I are going to be traveling back down to Seawind. But it feels like for me now that we just left Seawind again, because I just made these videos for everybody. And it also makes me very excited. It also reminds me of some of the things that I forgot that we have to do some projects and some things to tend to. But speaking of that, we are going to be diving into rebuilding and redesigning the entire exhaust system for the diesel engine. If you remember correctly, we had some exhaust leaks that popped up a couple of times on our trip south and then in the Bahamas. So that has to be completely redesigned. I have already started sourcing some of the materials. I would like to solve our issue of the sink in the galley filling up with water when we are heeled over on one of the tacks. So that's a project that I'm not really sure how it's going to go yet. I have a few different ideas. All of them have their pros and cons. We would like to replace the standing rigging that is original on the boat. That is all the metal wires. It's a wire rope, they call it, that hold up the mast. And it's a very important part of the boat because if you lose one of your shrouds, which that's what they're called, you can potentially lose the mast depending on which one it is and how the boat is experiencing the forces from sailing at that time. So that's a big thing. And there are a handful of very little small projects, like putting the entire boat back together, because we just watched us take it apart and get it ready to sit. We are kind of excited and eager and nervous a little bit to see what the boat looks and smells like inside. We're hoping for no mold on any of the surfaces and no animals that got in or bugs. That's what we have to look forward to when we get back to Seawind, and let me tell you, we are so excited. I mean, we just are continually talking about getting back down to the boat and back into boat life and cruising, and we just can't wait to continue filming everything and showing you guys our journey and showing what's possible if you put your mind to something.
Being home.
Yeah, being home, yeah. What are your thoughts on our first year living aboard and cruising on Seawind?
I would say it was a huge success for the mere fact that we cast the lines and we did it. Because I feel like that's really the only way you can measure like the success of it. I think it was the right decision, and obviously we want to do it again. We're going back for season 2, and maybe it'll be longer and we'll go see new places. What
did you like the most about it?
Just being on Seawind, because she's our home. And I like that the fact that Seawind is a sailboat and that we sail and go places. It's really good for me to move around and have like that flexibility, but also like such a slowness. I think that was my most favorite part, was like seeing all the places together, being forced to like take time off and like do things, and just being in our home together.
What do you like the least about it?
The lack of sleep. I think that was the hardest part, was like uncomfortable anchorages, not sleeping, then having to like work on top of it. There is like sometimes you get this utter exhaustion of just like why can't they just be easy? Why we just need a rest, we just need a break. That was probably my least favorite part, just because it really wore me out, like working and sailing and not sleeping. But when you get sleep, everything's so much better.
Do you think we have a good chance of improving on that this time?
Well, first of all, I just think it's generally inevitable being on the boat, but I think mentally I'm prepared for it. You had to go through that trial and error period of learning, but inevitably you're gonna pick an anchorage that rolls, but you can then develop solutions to make it better. You learn things like, I want to make sure we have leak cloths, so I don't, roll around as much, or like a gravity blanket or something like that. So yes, to answer your question, I think it will be better this time around, but also I think it's just an inevitable part of living on a boat that no one talks about.
tell you what, this isn't as fun as filming cooking in Seawind. But we are very grateful for this place to stay while we're at home visiting family. So what are you doing now, Katie?
Making some banana bread. It's a large pumpkin.
Here's our pumpkin. We're gonna go right around here. Alright. This is kind of tricky sometimes. There we go. I've only carved a few pumpkins in my life, but I found if you like try to saw it doesn't really work because it's so thick. You have to like do like one stab at a time.
Stab at a time?
Yeah. We can trim the edge down on the bottom.
Piece of concentration.
Yep. Now this is absolutely not a tutorial of how to carve a pumpkin because it just isn't.
Moment of truth.
Yep, a moment of truth.
Okay, now that you asked me what my first year of sailing was like and what I liked about it and what I didn't like about it, what about you?
Okay, so, oh nice, that worked out perfectly. Wow, look at this. Alright, this a little bit. So the first year of living aboard Seawind was everything that I've ever dreamed of it being, and at the same time, nothing that I ever dreamed that it would be. There was a lot, and still is, a lot of change going on in my life. The biggest change when we left on Seawind wasn't the fact that we were just leaving on a boat to go adventurize around the world. It was the fact that I was leaving my hometown for the first time. I've never even been out of the country until we left on Seawind. So for me, it was a huge adjustment period of not being with my family. And that kind of snuck up on me more than I had ever even thought it would. But the first year of cruising proved to me that I am capable of being my own and thriving as my own independent person away from my hometown. And that has nothing to do with the fact that I love my hometown and I love my family, but I think for a lot of people, including me, leaving or taking that leap into the unknown is what keeps a lot of people from chasing their dreams in the first place. So, cruising to me was about proving that I can be my own person. And so I have begun really finding out who I actually am. Katie says you have to do this with your hands, but she can do it with her hands.
I think you need a spoon and your hands. I don't think you could do solely one.
I like the concentration.
Was I really concentrated?
Mm-hmm. Katie is going to be the artist. She's going to draw.
Which should be interesting.
She's going to draw what we're going to carve. So Katie drew this. I didn't watch her drawing it at all, and so now I'm going to carve it out. This is going to be a good time. Here we go. I think we're good. Right.
Nice.
Okay. Can't see what it's going to be though. The surprise is for the end. A goal that I have for this second season would be to become more self-sufficient in regards of food. So fishing.
I feel like it was like a situation where you say the scientific name before the common name.
I want to live more closely to the ocean in that way. We're almost done here with this thing. Just putting some finishing touches on it. Oh boy, this isn't working. This is going to be a masterpiece. After an entire season, almost a year, of living on a boat that is less than 150 square feet inside, do we still like each other?
That's a good question. I would say, yeah. Even more. But that doesn't mean it was like always smooth sailing either. I think cruising in general, if you're in a relationship, friendship, like whatever it is, cruising and sailing will make any cracks in the foundation show very clearly. And you have two choices. You can either work on them and like work really hard on them and work to like find common ground and, you know, communicate and all of that, or you can just like think that there's cracks and then just like throw it away. So I think for us, we chose to work at it. We just kind of like came out on the other end of it, like such a much like stronger couple and individuals. So like, yeah.
I agree with all of that, so that is also my answer.
Same.
Same.
Ditto could be an answer.
Yeah. All right, look at that. We are almost ready to unveil our masterpiece to everyone. How's your banana bread over there?
Good. It's like anything you make with coconut flour. Like I think it'll be even better tomorrow once it like fully cools off. Because coconut flour can make things like really soft. But it's delicious.
It's okay, it's good. Yeah, actually, it's really good.
Nice, yeah. It's pretty good.
Okay. Alright.
There it is. Our glowing sailboat jack-o'-lantern.
It's kind of like, is it a sailboat? Is it just a face? Kind of looks like an abstract, just jack-o'-lantern, but then you see the birds over there, and it's kind of cool. It's like whatever you want it to be, jack-o'-lantern, right?
No, it's a sailboat.
Oh, it's a sailboat? Okay.
I don't know why you're blowing the light is idle.
Look here.
It's whatever you want it to be. No, it's a damn sailboat.
Good job. Proud of you.
This is our pumpkin, and we're glad you came along for the ride for the whole evening. And I hope you found it insightful and exciting because of what's to come on the YouTube channel and for Seawind this next season. We really enjoyed making this, and we hope you stick around to learn more about us and about Seawind's story and about our time over on the Pacific Ocean. So yeah, stick around and enjoy. Yeah, some of the videos that are going to be coming up, like Katie said, are going to be about how Seawind came to be. Over the last 45 episodes, yes, I can't believe it's actually been 45 episodes that I've made. A lot of people have asked how Seawind has come to be the boat she is today. I know we kind of just appeared on YouTube as a couple going down the Erie Canal heading south, and nothing more than that. So I hope that now we've caught your attention and we can show you a little bit about what
it took to get to that point. And that's not to undermine that, you know, I think most people can imagine the amount of work that it would take to do that and even live on a boat. I think this is going to be a really great step back in time to view part of the first 5.5 years of owning this boat, and Katy and I meeting each other, which is not on film, but she kind of, yeah, but I wish it was. I don't think a camera in your face on the first date would have gone over too well. I had to like reel her in first and then point the camera at her. So these videos are going to be different. The build videos are going to be really fun to watch. I'm going to try and make them entertaining and informative. And so you'll get to learn a lot about everything that was done to make Seawind what she is and what you see in all the videos.
And without further ado, here's a sneak peek of what's to come.
We have 5 sides of the windshield. I'm gonna glass the corners now.
We just took the countertop off to reveal the pink fiberglass.
The light winds like today, they're challenging.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you can see what the winds are doing. We're kind of becalmed here.
We got a newbie here.
Watch out. Yeah.
He's drilling his first hole in his boat.
I think the worst three hours of my life, but also the most rewarding.
We are finally off the dock and we are heading to Port Townsend. This is one of the most breathtaking moments, I think, of my life. Just rounded Cape Flattery, also known as the Cape of Disappointment up here in the Pacific Northwest.
I was like, oh my god, I gotta take a picture of this.
Oh my god! 500 miles to San Francisco from here. So because we've had the motor so much and we've used probably about a half a tank of diesel already, and being 80 miles offshore, that became something that really needed to be considered. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed what you just saw. This is a little sneak peek into everything that it has taken to get to where we are today, and we wouldn't be here where we are today without you guys. We are so appreciative of our viewers and especially our patrons, people who decide to support us monetarily. It means the world to Katy and I, and we really can't thank you all enough.
Yes, so if you enjoy the videos, if you find yourself watching them frequently, then please hit the thumbs up button below. You know the drill. Go subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and leave a comment if you really enjoyed it. So we just got out of the shower and we hope you enjoyed the whole night with us. And as we get ready for bed, we just wanted to take a few moments and thank our patrons and tell you about our goal for the end of the year. We have a goal for the end of the year to make $200 per episode. So if you go to our Patreon page, you'll see this little like donation bar thing, or see how close we are to reaching our goal. And we are so close, and we have a couple more months left. So if you have been thinking about becoming a patron, now's your time to sign up. Get ready for some really cool footage for the next few months and the rest to come.
Yeah, and then it rolls right into Sailing Seawind. Looks like we're going to be traveling back into the Bahamas and exploring everything that we haven't explored and revisiting some of our favorite places. We hope you enjoy.
We'll see you in the past next week.
Yeah. We're renaming the channel. This is Back to the Future.
Blast from the past.